So my question is that how PSIR helped in your journal studies preparation?
So it helped to a very large extent. I mean, especially in GS2, for example, you have issues of the Indian Constitution. I also quoted scholars in my GS2 paper as well.
And 3 mistakes to be avoided, basically.
And 3 mistakes to avoid, sir. Again, do not go into content overload. Do not believe in these myths that only 10 hours, 12 hours study will make you an IAS officer.
Then what should be the criteria to identify?
So I think the criteria, number first, as I pointed out, should be the PYQs only.
Okay.
Because they will tell you that, okay, this is the question that UPSC is asking and this is there in this particular book. So that particular book becomes a resource.
You went for a special preparation of PSIR for your interview part also?
Yes, so there were some lectures that were provided again by NEXT IAS only, especially when it comes to areas like IR. Because during my interview there were different crises were going on. For example, Venezuela was in news, Iran of course was in news.
Hello everyone. So today we have Anshul Singh, who secured All India rank 873 in its second attempt and its first mains. A lot of congratulations
Thank
to you,
sir.
Anshul.
Thank you, sir.
So my first question is that there are a lot of material available regarding the preparation of civil services.
Yes, sir.
So what is your suggestions? How it should be filtered, or what should be the criteria to filter out the correct study material? Because information overload, I believe there is a problem with this.
Yes, sir. So as you pointed out, this is a recent phenomena, especially after the advancement of technology. So what I have done, I have restricted my resources, sir. I have not followed any other material apart from Lakshmikant, for example, in polity, and in geography, the 11th and 12th NCRTs. The reason for that is, sir, that one should identify that whatever is being asked based on the PYQs that UPSC is putting in front of everyone. So there, for example, in geography, you see that there are copy and pasted statements from the NCRTs. So they are the Bible for you there. You just need to make sure that you do multiple revisions only and you restrict your resources, sir. That is the ideal thing that should be done.
And what should be the criteria to identify those resources? Because like even if you talk about polity, geography, in terms of material,
Yes, sir.
books are available, notes are available.
Yes, sir.
Then what should be the criteria to identify?
So I think the criteria, number first, as I pointed out, should be the PYQs only.
Okay.
Because they will tell you that, okay, this is the question that UPSC is asking and this is there in this particular book. So that particular book becomes a resource. Secondly, sir, I mean, whatever source you pick up, as far as toppers have also suggested their recommendations on the following, you just stick to it. And then if something comes out of it, then you just write it down in that particular source itself. Rather than going to a different source altogether, you should write that extra thing within that source. For example, in mock test, you see different questions coming up, so you write it down in that particular source only, sir.
Okay. So I mean, in continuation of these things, I mean, yes, the same question, like there's a lot of discussion regarding role of AI.
Yes, sir.
Specifically the role of AI in your journal studies preparation, role of AI in your optional preparation.
Yes, sir.
A lot of interviews are there where toppers continue to support the idea that the AI has to be used. So what is your take? What is your opinion regarding this?
Sir, of course, AI has a positive role. In my preparation also, especially during my interview preparation, there were many questions that were asked that AI predicted that could be asked based on your DAF only. And then, of course, once people are not really aware about the one-pager notes, AI can help you generate those one-pager notes as well. But then complete reliance on AI becomes a problem as well. For example, I know that once you are going to submit a copy to AI to get it checked, and it is giving you marks like 180, 170 out of 250. And so there you need that human element also. There you need the role of a mentor who could actually guide you that what are the correct marks first of all, and then how to improve those marks. So AI can be a supplement, but not a replacement is what I want to say.
So do you suggest that a student who started preparation right away, they should also use the AI?
Sir, first of all, books are much more important than AI. You need to have strength. You need to strengthen your statics first. AI can be a supplement, but do not directly jump to AI. you should first talk to people who are there in the coaching industry, or some seniors, mentors who have passed or have had given this exam, and then you should actually go and supplement it, because it is a good technology as far as, and it also reduces those barriers, but not overly completely relying on AI, I would not suggest.
Okay, so as far as I understand, you are recommending that the AI is a very important tool.
Yes, sir.
But you should have a prior information. You
Yes,
should
sir.
go through the books once you are read, and then you'll be able to, add on and
Yes,
upgrade
sir.
your notes and
Yes, sir.
value additions
Yes,
with
sir.
the
Value
AI.
addition.
So
Yes.
in that sense, the AI is one of the finest.
One,
tools.
yes, sir.
Fine. So I guess you have PSIR as your optional
Yes, sir.
subject. So my question is that how PSIR helped in your journal studies preparation?
So it helped to a very large extent. I mean, especially in GS2, for example, you have issues of the Indian Constitution. I also quoted scholars in my GS2 paper as well, while criticizing some of the arguments, and there were occasions because of which I think I was able to score well even in my mock test. And there were nobody was actually after me that why are you using these scholars. It was a good thing that I actually adopted. Second thing, of course, the value additions in papers like, for example, questioning of IR. I still remember there was a question of India-Africa digital partnership in GS2, and I was able to attempt that question and do that question justice because of my knowledge of PSIR only. Apart from that, of course, scholars I used to quote in GS paper 1 in society as well. There was a caste contingent question which required some scholars as well. So I put it down there. Overall, I think it really helped me in my GS preparation, sir. Even in essay.
Essay. I mean, there is also, this is important thing, because in paper 4 also,
Yes, sir.
there could be some convergence.
Yes, sir.
But what technique should be there that you can utilize this PSIR in your GS paper 4?
Sir, for example, again, there was a question of the teachings of Jainism and Buddhism. So we have studied the Dharma Shastras, the Jainism, the social contract, even I quoted that in GS paper 4. So there is a high convergence, but it is up to you where you want to use those things. And of course, there is again a reliance of scholars in ethics also. We take the example of Hobbes, we study Rousseau there, and which are similar scholars we study in political science as well. So they also come into the picture. So I think there's a high convergence there, sir.
Okay, that's really nice. And as I see that your score in your interview was 195, that
Yes,
is quite pretty good score, and it was your first interview,
Yes,
first mains was there. So how did you manage to score this much?
Sir, first of all, I think right from the preparation only, interview, although it is said that it does not require any significant preparation, but it does require you to be of balance, and that is what is being stated by UPSC in the manual as well. So and it is also important to form your own opinion. I think I delivered my answers based on certain opinions only. Wherever I was supposed to take a side, I took a side. Of course, not neglecting the other side, but I took a side that this is what is right. And secondly, sir, the preparation part, as I was referring, Next IAS IGP really helped me. Other institutes also provide their own IGPs. They're also beneficial there. Most and foremost is to form your own opinion and to have that balance of judgment, sir. That is very important.
Okay, you went for a special preparation of PSIR for your interview part also?
Yes, sir, there were some lectures that were provided again by Next IAS only, especially when it comes to areas like IR. Because during my interview there were different crises were going on. For example, Venezuela was in news, Iran of course was in news. So to understand the complexities, and we were reading the transcripts also. So the board members were asking technical questions like what is the history of Iran, why is Iran at the epicenter. So we were also reading about these things. So of course PSI played a critical role.
So even in interview also the PSIR
Definitely,
played
sir. That
very
that
important
very
role.
important role.
Okay, Anshul, I guess you are planning to appear
Again this year.
again this year.
For the anchor
So
program.
before I say best of luck to you, so as per your experience, what is your suggestions, the 3 important tips for the student, and 3 mistakes to be avoided basically?
So the first and foremost thing to do when it comes to especially for the beginners is to, again, as the first question was, that to restrict your resources. do not go blindly after any particular source. Just restrict your resources and instead do multiple revisions of those particular resources, so that when you appear for the examination, you are pretty much well versed about what is there. Second thing, appear for as many mocks as possible, because that will also help you boost your confidence and identify your own mistakes, sir. And third and last advice from my side to the new beginners would be that don't be too emotional in this journey. I mean, this can be a long journey for some of us, but just remember that why you are here in this journey. So when I did not clear my first prelims, I was also emotional for a short period of time, but then you have to strike back and you have to hit the restart button, and then you have to give it as if you are actually doing it. And three mistakes to avoid, sir. Again, do not go into content overload. Do not believe in these myths that only 10 hours, 12 hours study will make you an IAS officer. Go and rely on effective learning and effective implementation of your study plan, even if it is for 8 hours, but your effective retention is for 6 hours. I think that's a pretty much good thing that you will be able to do. But just make sure that those 6 hours study you are able to retain for a longer period of time. And third mistake to avoid, sir, I think would be that do not take these, of course, do give as many mocks as possible, but do not take them by heart, sir. The scores, do not take them by heart. Attempt them in order to learn more and inform yourself better, and then perform ultimately to your best in the final exam, sir.
So I guess, Anshul, the last one was, I personally believe it was very informative, because students sometimes, get disheartened with the score basically.
Yes,
so the purpose of the mock test is basically to learn something.
Learn something. Yeah.
So do you think that the personal feedback is specifically of the teachers during your mock test matters?
Sir, I think if a teacher is telling you something, it should matter. But again, I would say that sometimes too much demoralization should not be done from both the mentor side as well. Instead, they should be seen as something you should learn, and you should just keep writing down in your notes only, and ultimately have a range that I will not surpass this range, because my range could be different than yours range, especially when it comes to prelims. And then devise a particular strategy as far as your convenience is concerned, and just do give it your best in the exam, sir.
So I would say best of luck to you, Anshul.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much for coming over.
Thank you, sir.